So many players come to the paddle court from tennis, myself included. I played college tennis, then I played on the tour, then I coached on the tour, and then I moved to paddle. And it took me quite a while to get used to a few areas of the court because I didn't know what to focus on at the beginning. So now in this video, we're going to give you 3 tips. It doesn't matter what your tennis background is, if it's recreational or competitive, but these tips are designed to help you improve your paddle straight away. And then at the end of the video, we'll give an objective so that you can focus on something for your very next match. So before we start, if you are from tennis, please like the video and also let me know down in the comments your tennis experience, because I'm always interested to know what type of tennis players we have that do come to paddle. So to begin with, the first tip is practice with the walls. Now I know that sounds really obvious, but the thing that I did when I first came to paddle is I was constantly half volleying and blocking the ball before the glass because I didn't have confidence. But it's really important that you get used to allowing the ball to bounce off the glass to hit that shot. Really, as a guideline, any ball past the service line you should allow to bounce off that back glass. And I know you're going to go through a period, a learning curve where you don't have any confidence, you're not sure where the ball's going to rebound, and it's really frustrating, but you need to get through that in order to get comfortable with the glass and therefore play better at the back of the court. The second tip is forget power. Now, whether that's aggressive ground strokes from the back of the court where you're really trying to hit through and pass your opponents, or if you're at the front of the court hitting attacking volleys and smashes, if you hit past your opponents in tennis, it's a winner. But here, they can use the glass, and often if you hit harder and more aggressive, it will come further off that back glass, therefore allowing your opponents to come closer to your side of the court, come up their court, and therefore be in their net position. So you're actually almost giving them an advantage if you hit harder, so it bounces in off that glass. So what I would say is choose the right times to be powerful, but the rest of the time be sensible, be strategic, and play with control. The third tip is play as a pair. Now I know that might sound obvious, but when I first started playing, I was so intent on hitting and getting forward up the court that I didn't really think what kind of position that put my partner in. So if I'm rushing up to net and my partner isn't aware of that, or I do it at the wrong time, then he's also out of position. You leave a big gap down the middle, and that gets you into problems tactically. Now we've got a video that I'm going to link to down in the description where we talk about moving as a pair, but the idea is that you come forward and backwards together, and also you move side to side, covering the gaps together. And this is something that firstly helps communication, but also knowing where you should be. So the idea of those 3 tips is really to give you a structure, a base for you to then improve your paddle. Now we're going to talk about an objective that you should be doing next time you go on court, whether it's a set or a full match. At least try this, and that is when you're playing, aim not to hit outright winners. Now I know that might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but when you're at the back of the court, just focus on trying to play either down to the feet or to lob your opponents, but you're not trying to hit fast passing shots past your opponent. And then when you come to the net, you're really going for controlled volleys into the corners or down the center, forcing them to make the mistake. And also the same with your smashes, nice controlled smashes into that corner, because what that will do is firstly, that will teach you to hit more control and with more consistency in your own shots, but it will also help you work out the tactics and the strategy that you need so that when you do use aggressive shots, you can actually find it easier to finish the points. Now we cover all of this in our tactics course, and that's a great place to go if you've got a little bit more paddle experience. So if you've already played a few games, you're starting to understand the game, this is a really good course because it teaches you to come forward onto the net, how to take the net from your opponents, what to do when you're at net, how to finish, also what to do when you get towards the back of the court and you're defending. It's a really kind of comprehensive course that will help you get better at the strategy side of the game.